Good afternoon. Welcome back to Wolfie's Den. It's been a few weeks since I've been on. Been a bit longer since I've picked up quite a few films, etc. So we're going to have a look today at my latest deliveries, etc. We've got the usual mix of 4Ks, Blu-rays, and a few more DVDs this week. That's because I found a new site called Whatnot. Basically, it's a live auction site, not just for DVDs, Blu-rays, but it sells clothes, trainers, food, everything people just want to sell. Basically, it's a bit like, how can I put it? It's like a giant car boot, really, so to speak. Although there is new stuff on there, still sealed and brand new as well. But it's just a live auction. You just bid, and if you win, you win. As simple as that, really. So hence why I've got quite a few DVDs this time, because they're obviously going cheap. So we'll take a look at them. As I say, I've got some 4Ks, Blu-rays, probably a bit of an unboxing as we go along on some of them. So let's get to it and have a look. So I've got a few notes here because I've got a few films to get through, and I won't remember everything about every film. Each of these films has got an IMDb rating, which is the Internet Movie Database. Basically, you can find pretty much any information you like about any film. So, really good site to have a look on, or download the app. That's another good thing. So, anyway, first up, we're going to go through the DVDs. First up is a film from 1988. It's a film called Bloodstone. Looks a bit like Raiders of the Lost Ark adventure. It's a 15 rated. This was 1 hour 27 minutes long. It's put out by Omega Entertainment, not one I'm up with at the moment. It's action adventure, really. Has an IMDb rating of 4.6. These ratings are out of 10, so below average rating. It says on here it's from the Nico Mastarakis collection on the top there. Correct me if I'm wrong, no doubt someone will. I think he was one of the guys who directed a video nasty called Island, or The Island. I might be wrong, but could be a video nasty director. There's no notable cast in this, and it's directed by Dwight Little. Next up, we have an interesting one. This one's actually still sealed. Picked it up for £1. It's from the Roger Corman Presents. This is a thing called Camel Spiders. This is a 2011 film. Has an R rating, actually. So American, although it's got British certificates on it. It's 1 hour 19 minutes long. It's put out by Anchor Bay. If you can see that or not. Ooh. And actually has an IMDb rating of 2.6, so not expecting anything Oscar winning from this film. It actually has C. Thomas Howell in it, and is directed by someone called Jim Wynorski. Don't hold up great hopes for that one. But next up, so I've been told, it's quite a rare one on DVD. I don't think it's gone past DVD. This is a film called Colossus, The Four-Bin Project. It's a sci-fi film. This is a 1970 film. It's best if you can see it close up or further out. The light's shining on it yet again. Um, it's had an A rating. It's 1 hour 40 minutes long. It's put up by a company called Interfilm, so not too au fait with them. This is sort of a conspiracy sort of sci-fi. It has quite a good IMDb rating of 7.1, so it could be a pretty good film. And cast has Susan Clark in it, and is directed by Joseph Sargent. So that's Colossus. Next up is a bold reimagining of the George A. Romero classic. This is Day of the Dead: Bloodline. This is a 2017 film, 18 rated, 1 hour 30 minutes long. This one's put out by Lionsgate. Zombie horror, but has a poor IMDb rating of 3.5. No discernible cast members in here that anybody would really know. And it's directed by Hector Hernandez. So interesting to see what that one's like. Next up, we're going back a few years. Classic horror, vintage horror. I think this is a German DVD, but it has the English audio on it. This is a 1963 film. This is The Haunted Palace. 15 rated, 1 hour 27 minutes long. It's put out on EMS label. Assume it's probably German. It's definitely a horror film. Has an IMDb rating of 6.7, so quite healthy. Has Vincent Price in it, Lon Chaney Jr. in it as well, and is directed by Roger Corman. Next, we have a film called Hell House: The Book of Samuel. There we go. This is a 2008 film. I think it's 18 rated. 1 hour 17 minutes long. This is put out by Brain Damaged Films. It's a horror and has an abysmal rating of IMDb rating of 2.3. So I imagine it's a pretty cheap budget trashy film. It's directed by Jason D. Morris. Next up, we're going back even further to 1960. This is sort of horror sci-fi. This is The Leech Woman. This was an X when it came out, X-rated, 1 hour 17 minutes long. This is put up by Screen Sound. Horror sci-fi, IMDb rating of 4.8, so average. And is directed by Edward Dean. Next, on the Shameless label, as we all know, in bright yellow, this is Oasis of Fear. 1971 film, 18 rated, 1 hour 30 minutes long. So obviously on the Shameless label, this is an erotic thriller. IMDb rating is 6.1, so not too bad. And it's directed by Umberto Lenzi, so one of the Italian giallo directors, I believe. That's Oasis of Fear, or it was also called Dirty Pictures. I think I prefer Oasis of Fear. Right, let's turn my notes over so I know where I am. Next up is an all-time sci-fi classic, which I do already have a couple of times, but This one was interesting because it had a commentary on here by John Carpenter. This is the original Thing from Another World. It's a 2-disc edition. 1951 this was, X-rated. 1 hour 27 minutes long. This is put out by Universal. As you probably well know, alien monster horror. IMDb rating is 7, which is pretty good for a horror film. Stars Kenneth Tobey and is directed by the world famous Howard Hawks. As I say, there's a director's commentary on here by John Carpenter, which might be quite interesting to listen to. Because obviously he made the remake of The Thing. Next up, the last of my DVDs. This is another it's another trashy one, which isn't going to score much. This is Vampire Killer Barbies. This is on the hardcore label. This is a Spanish horror, 1996, 18 rated, 1 hour 30 minutes long, has an IMDb rating of 3.7, and is directed by the probably best to say infamous Spanish director Jess Franco. So that's Vampire Killer Barbies. Right, moving on to some Blu-rays now. First up, we have Unimagine, which is a bit of a slasher film. This one looks like it's on a Italian label or Italian Blu-ray with English audio. This is All Cheerleaders Die. It's 2013, 15 rated, 1 hour 29 minutes long. It's put out by Midnight Factory. Bit of a comedy horror slasher. IMDb rating of 5.1, so you're in the middle there. And it's directed by someone called Lucky McKee, who I've never heard of. Next, I say an old Charles Bronson film. This is the Western drama. This is Breakheart Pass. This is a 1975 film, PG rated, 1 hour 35 minutes long. This is been put out by Eureka label. Has an IMDb rating of 6.7, so quite a good rating on that one. Has a pretty much all-star cast. You've got Charles Bronson, Richard Crenna, Ben Johnson, Jill Ireland, Charles Durning, Ed Lauter, and is directed by Tom Greers. And this is taken from the famous author Alistair MacLean's book, one of his books. Next up, we have something called The Child. You see, that's the best of covers. The Child. This is a 1977 film, X-rated, 1 hour 22 minutes long. This is put out by Arrow. And yep, horror film, IMDb rating of 4.9. Directed by Robert Voskanian. Oh, I do get these easy names to pronounce. So that's The Child. Next, coming in with a nice slipcase, is Crawl Space. This is a 1986 film, 15 rated, 1 hour 20 minutes long. This one's been put out by 88 Films, as I say, got a nice slipcase in there. Don't know if it's got reversible artwork. Oh, yeah, I think it's got reversible artwork. And we also got a nice poster in there as well, which is nice. Didn't know that was in there. So that's Crawl Space. let's say it's a bit of a horror thriller. IMDb rating of 5.3. Can you see that there? There you go. This stars Klaus Kinski, a bit of a weird actor, I think, and it's directed by David Schmoller. So, Crawl Space. Next up, we have another Blu-ray here. This is another Arrow release. This is called Dark August. This is a 1976 film, 15 rated, 1 hour 27 minutes long. As I said, it's put out by Arrow. It's a horror thriller. IMDb rating of 5.1. Stars Kim Hunter and is directed by Martin Goldman. It's Dark August. Ooh. This one's a little bit different. It's a Blu-ray, but it's not a film or anything. I know that sounds weird. This is a Blu-ray CD, so to speak. It's Dolby Atmos mix of Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. You can see that. The sound on this is absolutely mental. There's a booklet with it. Oh, and some a postcard. Some stickers. Didn't know they were in there. Let's say a nice booklet telling you about each song, a few pictures. Then you get the Dark Side of the Moon and a disc in there, so there's the inside. So it's like a Dolby Atmos Blu-ray CD type thing. The sound is amazing. Right, back to the films. Next up we have a remake. This is the remake of the classic Sam Peckinpah, Straw Dogs. The original had Dustin Hoffman and Susan Georgin. So this is a 2011 remake, 18 rated, 1 hour 50 minutes long. It's put out by Sony. It's a sort of psychological drama. IMDb rating of 5.8, so that's not too bad. Stars Kate Bosworth and is directed by Rod Lurie. So that's the remake of Straw Dogs. Obviously not as good as the original, but there's a fair bit of violence in this one. Next up, we have a film based on a PlayStation game, I believe. And I thoroughly enjoyed this. It's one of the best horror films of the year, I think, personally. This is called Until Dawn. This is a 2025 film, as I just said. 15 rated, 1 hour 43 minutes long. This is put out on the Elevation label, not one I've heard of. Has an IMDb rating of 5.7 and is directed by David F. Sandberg. But, thoroughly enjoyable, this one. If any of you get hold of this one, worth a watch. Until Dawn. And last of the Blu-rays, in a nice slip, we have a film called Zombie High. This is a 1987 film, 15 rated, 1 hour 33 minutes long. This is put out by 88 Films. It's a horror, has an IMDb rating of 4.3, and this stars Virginia Madsen, who was in the original Candyman, and it is directed by someone called Ron Link. I don't know if there's any reversible on this or anything. I don't think so. Oh yeah, yes there is. There's reversible artwork in this one as well. quite nice, and there's a nice little booklet in there as well. So that's a nice little release. Oh, before we go on to the 4Ks, let's go a little slurp. Right, let's go on to the 4Ks. Right, this one's going to be a little unboxing on this one. Another steelbook imported from America that I've been trying to get hold of because you can't get it in the UK. This is Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell. So let's take the plastic off and we'll have a look. That's it. Oh, slip covers come off. There we go. You can see this. It's shiny. Brilliant artwork on this. So it's very, very shiny. Open up the back. Oh. And just about it's a 3-discer. And I'll show you the probably won't be able to read it, but that's the crappy J card on the back. So this is a 2009 film, 15 rated, 1 hour 39 minutes. This is a Universal Scream Factory release. Supernatural horror, 6.6 rating on the IMDb. Stars Alison Lohman and was directed by the infamous Sam Raimi, or the famous Sam Raimi. Really nice 4K, that one. Next we have another one which was another import from America. This is sci-fi horror, The Faculty, 1998, 15 rated, 1 hour 44 minutes. This is put out by Scream Factory. So it's a sci-fi horror. IMDb rating is 6.6 again, so fairly good. Stars Josh Hartnett, Salma Hayek, Famke Janssen, Robert Patrick's in this as well, and it's directed by Robert Rodriguez. Another really good film. Another one that needs a little unboxing. I don't know if I'll unbox it or if I can get into this one. I've got time to get into this one at the moment, but this is the Chunky Arrow box release of In the Mouth of Madness. It's a 1994 film, 18 rated, 1 hour 35 minutes. This is to say the Arrow release. Horror. Has a good IMDb rating of 7.1. Stars Sam Neill and Jürgen Prochnow, who I believe was in the that submarine film, not U571. Das Boot, the German one. He was in that. So this is the Chunky. The other way around it is. Arrow release. So I haven't opened it yet, but it's got a booklet in it, the usual Arrow goodies, booklet, poster, art cards, etc, etc. And of course, sorry, most important, I forgot to mention, is directed by John Carpenter. Probably one of his least spoken about films. Next up, we have another one I haven't opened, and I'm going to leave it for a minute. This is The Invasion, also out on Arrow. Not quite as chunky as the other one. This is 2007 film, 15 rated, 1 hour 39 minutes long. This is starring Nicole Kidman and Daniel Craig. This is a sci-fi invasion type film, obviously, because the title, The Invasion. IMDb rating of 5.9, and it's directed by someone with a really unpronounceable name, Oliver Hirschbiegel. I don't know where they get these names from. So that's The Invasion. Another nice Arrow release. Oh, a few more to go. Got quite a few 4Ks this month. Next up, I was thinking of getting the last Mission Impossible film, The Dead Reckoning, and then I suddenly realised I didn't have the one before that, The Final Reckoning, and suddenly a couple of days later this popped up on Vinted. It's just a 4K of both films on 2 discs, I believe. Obviously, yeah, 2 discs. So you've got Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning and Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. One from 2023 and one from this year. Both 12As, similar run times, 2 hours 43, 2 hours 49. So it's action adventure epics. Put out by Paramount. IMDb rating of 7.6 for the first one, 7.2 for the second one. And we have Tom Cruise, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg in this, and it's directed by Christopher McQuarrie. So if you've got, where are we, 2, 4, 5 and a bit hours to spare, you can watch both of them. Next up, we have a film called Monkey Man. 2024 film, 18 rated, 2 hours 1 minute long. Universal film. It's a bit of a martial arts action film. An IMDb rating of 6.8, which is not too bad. And basically is stars and is directed by Dev Patel. And according to this, it has an alternative ending on this as well, and 50 minutes of bonus features. Next up, from those who remember back in the 80s, this was originally a TV series called Police Squad. Absolutely hilarious, along the lines of Aeroplane 2, that kind of thing. This is The Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen. 1988, 15 rated, 1 hour 25 minutes long. This is put out by Paramount. It's a comedy and has a really good rating of 7.6. So I don't normally buy comedies much, but I remember this one from back in the day, and it is absolutely hilarious. As a cast of Leslie Nielsen, Priscilla Presley, George Kennedy, and the definitely has to be said, the infamous O.J. Simpson. For those who know, they know. And it's directed by David Zucker. Right, another one I haven't opened yet. I'm just not in the mood to open these today, sorry. This is another Arrow release. No, Warner Brothers. Yeah, Arrow. Warner Brothers film put out by Arrow. This is Sean Connery in Outland, 1981. It was a double A at the time. It was 1 hour 49 minutes long. It's a sci-fi action film. Sean Connery, you can't really go fault Sean Connery in hardly any of his films. Has an IMDb rating of 6.6 and is directed by Peter Hyams. So you have all your usual Arrow bump in there. Really nice release. You can't go far wrong with those Arrow box releases. Next up we have another one, quite a new, fairly recent release, but I picked this one up on Vinted. This is definitely one of those. Well, next the next few films really are how shall I put it? Best to wait before you buy. I know there's lots of you out there like pre-ordering films because you think they're going to go out of print, and obviously, yeah, some of them will. And as I say, sometimes you have to take a gamble by not pre-ordering and paying 25 to 35, 40 quid or whatever, and wait. So I did with this one. So the next few, I waited on them and got them at decent prices. So this is Clint Eastwood in Pale Rider with a slip, still sealed, off vintage for £15. So this is a 1985 film, 15 rated, 1 hour 55 minutes long. As you probably all know, it's a wet Clint Eastwood western, starring Clint Eastwood and directed by Clint Eastwood. And this has a healthy IMDb rating of 7.3. So very glad to pick that one up. Staying on the western theme, I know there was a really nice steel book of this, but that did actually sell out pretty quick. I think you can pick it up still here and there, but that was about £35. But I've got the sealed slipcase version of it for under 20 quid again. I think it's about £14. I think I'm sure. This is Tombstone, 1993 film, 15 rated, 2 hours 10 minutes long. This is put out by Disney, I think, or Sony and Disney, one or the other. Western, IMDb rating is 7.8, so quite a high rating on this one. And has a really stellar cast: Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, Michael Biehn, Powers Booth, and even Charlton Heston. I don't remember Charlton Heston being in this film. 1993, must be one of his last films. And it's directed by George P. Gamatos, who I believe did some of the Rambo films, I think. Anyway, another one. Wait. Now this is definitely one I waited on. I think about a year ago there was the release of that big Bruce Lee box set of all his films in them. I think apart from Enter the Dragon, because they didn't have the rights for it or something, but there was a big Bruce Lee box set come out, and it went for about £100 plus, and etc and whatever. And then they released all the films separately. So I managed to pick up Enter the Dragon quite a while back now, and this one, Bruce Lee in Way of the Dragon. So when it came out, it was 25 quid, somewhere around there, and picked it up a couple of days ago actually, and I didn't realise it's got a booklet in it, and it's also got the final Game of Death disc in here, which I think is a very extensive couple of hours, 3 hours documentary. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, picked this up the other day for 12 quid. So, can't really argue with that. Anyway, it's a 1972 film, 15 rated, 1 hour 39 minutes long. So this is an Arrow release, martial arts film, as you probably well know. And for a martial arts film, it's got an IMDb rating of 7.1, so that's quite high. And it's got Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris, and it's directed by Bruce Lee. And of course, it's got the classic fight scene with Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris, supposedly in the Coliseum, but I don't think it was. Right, next up is another comparatively new film. I am denied about this one for quite a while. I watched it once on streaming, then I wasn't too sure for it. Lots of people put it in their horror ratings as one of the top films of 2025. I'm still debating that. But this is Weapons, 18 rated, 2 hours 8 minutes long, put out by Warner Brothers. Personally, I wouldn't call it a horror film, but that's just my opinion. I think it's more a psychological mystery. But it's got a healthy IMDb rating of 7.5 and stars Julia Garner and Josh Brolin. And it's directed by Zach Kreger. So that's a Weapons. Definitely going to take another watch to make my mind up about that one. And finally, going back to what I said just now about wait sometimes, don't pre-order. This was another one that I could have pre-ordered about a year ago. I think about a year ago. And it just cropped up on Vinted the other week. This is Harrison Ford in Witness. This was another one that was going from the £34, £40, whatever, I don't know, price when it first came out. This is a 1985 film, 15 rated. Nothing on the back, a bit boring. 1 hour 52 minutes long. Got some postcards and things inside. The 4K. And we have, as I said, with Arrow, you've got your poster. And there's fairly comprehensive booklet in here as well. Nice thick booklet. So this is an Arrow release, and oh god, I say when this come out, 35 quid, 40 quid maybe, I can't remember, 30 quid, and somewhere around there. Anyway, picked this up the other day for 17. So it's like a drama. It's a bit of a romance. It's a bit of a drama. Has a good IMDb rating of 7.3. This stars Harrison Ford and Kelly McGillis of Top Gun fame. Also got Danny Glover in there. I don't remember him being in it, but he's in it. And it's directed by, I think he's Australian director, Peter Weir. So that's Witness. Right, and that is all of my latest deliveries. So I hope you enjoyed me going through them. So as I say, I know I keep reiterating it, don't always pre-order. I know sometimes it's can be 50-50, I suppose. If you think the film's going to sell out really quick, obviously do, you know, but sometimes it can pay the wait. You can save yourself a lot of money. Up to the individual, of course, you know. If you love pre-ordering, go ahead. I still do it occasionally on some films. It just all depends what you want to do. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Please tell your friends, come along and subscribe. I could do a little bit more subscriptions. Views are down a little bit. Never mind. Yeah, that's I subscribe, comment, and like what you see, hopefully. I think the next video will be a continuation of my 4K collection, which will be the letter C, I think. So that will be coming up soon, and I hope to see you all then. So have a great weekend, and tally bye.